right, welcome to day 1 of your daily sweat challenge, 13 days of Halloween Scream. So we're gonna kick this off today with 150 spooky squats. So what that means is we're actually going for a double pulse at the bottom of our squat and then standing all the way up. So it's not just your basic body weight squat, you gotta add the double pulse, little extra burn in the backside. You're gonna start by taking the feet wide, about shoulder distance. You can turn the toes out and the heels in if you like some external rotation and it's easier on the hips. Keeping proud through the chest, shoulders back and down. Keep the spine tall as you hinge, send the hips back. Knees drive out, feet stay flat. 2 pulse, and then you're gonna stand up. Drop the hips, pulse, push to stand. That's 3. Hips go back and down, 4. Drive through the feet, through the heels, stand up, getting tight at the top. If you can, you wanna keep your eyes up, chest up. So you wanna make sure you're not allowing the upper body to fall forward in your squat. I'm gonna turn to the side for a few. You can keep these unbroken, meaning you're not gonna stop, you're not gonna take a break at any point in your 150 reps. However, it might be nice, if that's too much and the legs start to burn, to break it up into segments. So you might wanna go 3 rounds of 50. You might wanna go rounds of 25. You might wanna go rounds of 20. But if you're taking the break in between, try to keep it relatively short. So you don't wanna walk away for like 5 minutes and then come back to it. Yeah, so maybe just a few seconds break, 30 seconds, and then pop back into it. It's gonna start to burn, especially in the quads. So the front of the thighs are gonna light up. That's your opportunity on your squat in the double pulse at the bottom of it to think about loading up the hamstrings and the glutes. So I'm pushing the hips back, driving the heels down, and thinking about my 2 sit bones squeezing in towards each other. So I want to squeeze that big glute max muscle from the bottom and then at the top. So we're pretty deep in it at this point, pretty deep in it. Drive to stand. So I think I'm gonna do 3 rounds of 50. And then I'll shake out the legs. 5 more. We'll take the break at 50. 4, 3, 2, last one. Shake out the legs. So, what I failed to mention in the beginning, but you can add it now. If you wanted to do this and make this more challenging by adding a resistance band, so if you have equipment at home, a resistance band, booty band above the knees on the thighs. If you want to grab a dumbbell, you want to grab a kettlebell, goblet style, and have more core engagement by holding in that front rack position, you can do that. But I think even on body weight, especially with this double pulse, you don't really need that much. So here, we're just meant to challenge and get a lot of reps in of this one exercise. Let's go back in. So we're going, again, another 50, and then we'll take the break before the final 50. This is 4, 5. Again, make sure you have even weight on both feet and that you're not falling back to the heels so far that the toes lift. You actually want to stamp the whole foot into the ground. So if you can imagine your foot has 4 corners and you're gonna press all 4 corners of the foot, both feet, down into the mat. And that's gonna help generate power so that you can stand up strong and get super tight at the top. So even though we're going for a lot of reps, they can't just be like, oh, loosey-goosey. You have to make each one count. The core is switched on. Bring the navel in towards the spine. And make sure you're not rounding your spine in the back. So I'll turn to the side. We wanna make sure we're not here. You wanna send the hips back and down, double pulse and stand. You also don't wanna have too much of an arc and arching in the back. That will take some of the tension into the lumbar spine, into the low back, and it'll get uncomfortable after a while. So we really want the legs and the hips, the glutes, to do this work. Drive down. Whew. I don't even have any equipment and my legs are already. Like I'm gonna feel this tomorrow, which luckily, day 2 is core. So we never really go same body part day after day. Each day of the challenge will be something else. So today, it's lower body. Tomorrow will be core. We'll have upper body. We'll have a little bit of full body cardio. And then we'll switch it. This is 5, 4, 3, 2 more, 1 more, and break. Oh, kudos to you if you go unbroken and you don't stop for that 150 reps. Feeling it, definitely in the quads. So we got about 10 seconds rest. We'll go back in for the final 50. 150 squats is no joke, even body weight. If you're challenging with a weight resistance band, good on you. Take a photo, send that through. Here we go. Shoulders down, chest up, hips hinge, back and down. This is 1. Final 50, so the countdown. This is the countdown. Standing up tall. You can play with variations on the hands. So I'm taking the easiest version, which is sending the arms forward and then pulling them back towards the hips. As I sit back and down with the hips, hands going forward is gonna help balance out my body and my body weight. If I wanna make this harder, I could go hands behind the head, elbows wide, more of a prisoner style squat to make this more challenging for the shoulders and the core, because I gotta keep the chest lifted. I really gotta fight. If I had dumbbells, if I had weights, I could do an overhead squat and keep the arms overhead as long as I have the range of motion. If the arms come out in front, that means maybe the range of motion in the shoulder, mobility is not quite there. I'm gonna take the easy version though, because this is a lot of squats and like, we still got things to do today. Yeah? Drive down through the feet. Just checking back in, checking back in. I know the legs, the quads are starting to take over. Lactic acid building up. There's a big old fire in the front of your thighs. I need you to think more about engaging the back of your body, that posterior chain. Quads will still be lit, but maybe we can alleviate some of the tension and transfer it to the backside. Plus, that's what we want to tone anyway, right? Drop the hips, chest stays tall, proud. Breathing, pushing, becomes a little bit of a fight. Oh, counting down, we're almost there. This is 5, 4, 3. Ooh, that double pulse gets you every time. 2, the last one, and done for the day. Challenge complete. Lock that down, 150 spooky squats. I'll see you guys tomorrow.